getting bigger all the time. More detail gets put into the world, as more things get put into the world. So let's see. A couple of things have been added since last time. Stumbled across that works. So I can now just have a singular class I rename and customize it at will. Let's see. Also changed these three are no longer nameable. Oh, we have a new. Actually, yeah, how's that? A new intro here. Also, going through and reducing all volumes to 50% to start with, because I found it was quite loud. I'm gonna reduce everything to 50% as I find it and redo it. Speaking of, I've been putting more and more music, more and more things into a macro of common events. At this point, anything I can throw into a macro, I'm going to. This way, I only have to change it once. Because if I change my mind on something later, which, this will be the game I make where I am not, where I'm not committing to anything. Still have my test screen here. Multiple outfits for Dawson here. Someone will have a party member aboard the ship that will do the laundry and can change your outfit. Should you so desire. Just a bunch of testing things here. But the actual start would be here. Still can name Dawson. And then I recently, poked at Dark Souls, and that's a pretty neat idea. Just pick a buff from the start. I have some very, very placeholder pictures just to show off the scene. I'm gonna use this as a fast travel system to let you fast travel to various places throughout the world. With a picture of the world map in that area as a reminder. People like fast travel. So I've got a bunch of ideas for these. I've implemented some. Some goofy things off the side. Alright. And then going forward, it would just be pretty much the same. And the string works. It's really neat. So like when you get your class going here from Felipe. does mean that that's going to... I might just disable auto coloring and just do it myself. Some things have been coloring weirdly. Anyway, having completely stripped the game of random encounters, I've added in more adventure areas recently. And then up here, added in a forest of snakes. And a pathway to the marsh. Way over in Paradiso. Well, I've also decorated the northern continent that I need to get to eventually start making. It's an optional, in quotes, area. It'll be doable from the start, but more difficult until you've done at least a plot beat or two. So I will need to change dialogue in here now that there's no longer the feral beasts around. This will be a forest to kind of stop you from wandering off too far. But right down here is a little ambush spot of bandits before you get to Paradiso. Let's see, also have made a... Where is it? There it is. Log wall. I've dug out the mines. I think that's where we left off last time. Been trying to use different characters on each poke through. Not renameable anymore, but this is not a most recent playthrough. Yeah, so these will indicate where enemies can't follow. You get a rather large complement of free complimentary coal in here, since it'll be used for everything else. It's a joke. Nice. So Berserker, forget if I showed that off since last time. Howdy, Paul. Yes, hydration. It's cooking well. So I couldn't get the AI to use the skills that I was making for my Berserker class. So instead, Berserker class has a new gimmick. The new gimmick will consist of when his health drops below a certain threshold I threw together. Where is he? There. Fast state 188. So when he's below a third, he'll just go into Berserk and get huge buffs for your danger mode. And that'll compound with other buffs that increase speed and agility. I've come up with a way to get around the issue of crime. Crime is 100% chance to happen. Crime costs mana. So you have to weigh the items that are not going to be usually great tier, but, you know, useful to have. Weigh that against the mana cost. Nice. Little early into a stream for that there, Reverse Winner. How about you go sit in the corner? There's a lot you can do with it if you're willing to put in the time. I like it. It's a joke. But now that I've stripped out all random encounters, these are now more... These are gonna be more like significant fights. Good. Hey there, big boy. It has changed a lot. I've been using different variations of it since I was in high school. Alright, so they're on display there. He'll automatically go into Berserk, so he's just going to attack non-stop until I heal him. Which means I could leave him at lower health to get more damage in. At the risk of him, you know, dying. I feel like that's a fairly... And since a bunch of his skills... Take care. A bunch of his skills use health. You don't even have a weapon on. Oh, fix that. Then you can drop him down to critical as desired. But he stays berserked until we're healed, so... I'm not familiar with Godot. By 2060, yeah, Riker. It took me over 5 years, and many previous years. So I would say it took about 10 years of using various RPG makers and different projects. I purposefully offset this one so it stands out. I don't want you to click out of the game by accident. And then 5 years on my previous project to actually complete a game that I enjoyed. I think my favorite iteration so far was being able to change the pop-up to say crime. Ooh, boy. Active time battles also been quite fun to work around. Welcome back. Yeah, those enemies have potatoes. I couldn't think of what else to give them, so I temporarily gave them potato. I might think of something later. And I've recently discovered a way to display the health bar via a skill, so I can have a scan. Still working on how to get these to show up on that same skill. I could do it on a separate skill, but I feel like that's unnecessary tedium. Yeah, those kind of spells, they can crit. Spell swords. That was fun to put together. So in order to do a spell sword, he actually has, this weapon gives him that skill, but it's hidden under the, like under the hood in his inventory. So he can call on it on a coin flip. Oh, I appreciate that. It's all about the gameplay. And when I'm playing, the big thing is, hey, undead doesn't persist after battle. At this point, nothing persists after battle. I don't feel like needing to go into your inventory to heal status effects, especially when you have a 5-member team, is an interesting mechanic. So I removed it. Even dead people auto revive after combat. I know I've heard FF13 does that, but I feel like that's gonna make a lot of random encounters need to be more than they should be. Right, that one's moving a little quickly because he's a raptor. Fair enough. By default, it does not revive after battle. That is something you have to go in and do. I already have float. What am I doing? Like, dungeon attrition is still a thing. And I did add in you get a full heal on level up. So you can kind of plan around that. That also encourages using skills more often if you're gonna get your MP refilled on level up. So I like that. I like that way to go about it. You can also hover over anyone to see what their status is and get a description I typed in. Slight mana and health regen on defending. Like, I could see that being reasonable in a lot of the Final Fantasies have been 3-person parties lately. When there's 5, yeah, that'd be a super pain in the ass. It's just not. But a full heal after every battle, where's your attrition? I could also just auto-battle. So far, the auto-battle function I have here is functioning. This project has been a handful of months. It's been a few months for this project. I've been working with RPG Maker in general for 15 years. And my completed project, linked down below to Itch.io, took about 5 years to do. So while Dawson here is now the only named character now, you choose what class you want him to have off the start. He'll eventually get access to others. but he'll, from the start, be able to wear anything. Like, because he's locked into the party, I want you to have a lot of options with him. The other 4 are gonna be full, you pick 4 out of, like, 50. Let's get out of here. Well, one thing that this works for is that since I'm planning on having a level cap of 30, about 2/3 of the way into the game, you'd be hitting that level cap. So then you would be encouraged to use other party members, bring them up to the curve. And since experience values would keep going up, the volume disparaging from... Alright, I'll have to look into the mines. Let's do that in a moment. I'm gonna head back to the boat. I also have like a 56-page Google Doc of the plot of this game. Get on the boat. I do like this tune a lot. So everyone you recruit's gonna be around the boat somewhere. Okay, so once you reach the level cap, you won't have that free restore anymore to rely on. Eventually, you get this boat as like your first main plot quest in the first like hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on how much you want to explore. You start filling this boat up with a lot of people. I have currently like 60, 70 planned. Not everyone will be combat worthy. It's gonna be a lot of people in this boat. I might just make that a list. Hey, you. On a new game, that won't show up there. If it does, I'll have to change the way I do things. And I just recently managed to find a workaround for this kind of system with a multiple parties setup. So I have 2 current multiple party area dungeons planned out. Gunhammer. So all skills, battle skills are players. Player skills are attached to weapons. All passive skills are attached to armor. That you learn from your equipment. You get passive points equal to your level that you can spend on buffs. Recently had to go through and up all of these costs. Yeah, like 9. Like 9, except it makes sense how you gain your points, your passive points. And there's any sense at all as to everyone can learn anything they can wear. The only exception being, like FF9 could have done it better. They had a lot of pieces of equipment where you couldn't learn everything that was on a piece of gear. There was a lot of tedium in the way 9 did it. And since there's a lot of classes in the game, but not everyone can learn everything, there's a little... So, to avoid spoilers, like at the start of the game, if you pick a thief, you understand TH's thief, he's learning pocket sand from this. He's not learning swords dance. That's a dancer skill. FF8 is not a bad time as long as you understand how it works. Like rods, they cast spells for free if you wield them. Mages and time mages use it. And mages in this, they get black and white magic off the bat. So while healing is real good, buffing is real good, you have to balance that with attacking. A place I actually really enjoyed making. Your first actual, no, your second, one of the first actual plot beats here, and we'll show it in the quest log here. I haven't even done that. This has just been a wandering around run. This was the #1 thing people asked me to put in my previous game. A quest log. So I did for this one. FF8 is a decent example of writing angsty children and the dumbness that goes through their minds. Should probably equip something, huh? Blue Mage wields swords, because I can't think of anything better for a princess to wield. But learns magic through blue, the usual way. Get hit by it, learn it. I particularly like the descriptors. It doesn't look that much different. If you look at the original FF8 hardware, everyone looks really bad, actually. In retrospect, FF8 Remaster on Steam will also give you access to playing Chocobo World. Like Chocobo World is a fun time. I've never actually tested this. Yeah, this guy will sell you a potion for 500. Oh, to reduce the tedium of potions in a 5-person game. Potions heal everyone. It heals the entire party. Not mana restoring. Those are meant to be more valuable. But potions, they heal everyone. This will also help keep potions more relevant. Especially when you have, say, a chemist and get the chemistry skill that doubles the effectiveness of your items. That would be 100 for everyone. Which even at this point is competitive. Okay, that actually worked out really well. That's really quiet. I don't like this tune for this at all. No, I don't like the tune for this. I picked the tune for this, but I don't think I listened to it first. Okay, it is... No getting away. Alright, why? Why is that? What did I do? Well, first off, what tune is that? Where's my chest pains thing? Chest pains battle. Yeah, that's not the kind of battle I'm looking for. It sounds almost like a pirate tune. Yeah, that's not what I'm going for this. What else do we have? What am I not using? I have a soundtrack list here. I have many notepads open at all times. Let's see, battle. Not using one. What's this? Nah. That one crackles. Whenever there's a sale for any kind of music, I just buy it and upload it. I haven't even listened to like probably half of these. That's what I should be doing in the background while we're working. And now you've grown older and you know more. Enemy attacks. No, I already have plans for this one. I may have picked that one because I don't have anything better at the moment. I'm using that one. You know what? For now, let's do this one. Let's delete that. Temporarily use Battle 7. Then select that. That's why you do everything as a macro. So do everything with common events. And then when you get there, you just call the common event. Oh, that's why. Because I didn't tag this right. My bad. Right, this should work. Another gimmicky thing I threw into my game because I like the idea of it is the you're gonna have the ability to run from every fight in the game. You won't be able to like run away and walk away from a lot of things like bosses. But if something's going poorly, you just run, pop, it'll let you pop open the menu, change up your gear, and do it again. Bit of extra work on my part, but saves you having to reload your save because, whoops, brought the wrong party. Didn't wear the right thing. Alright, that actually looks pretty good at having the chest. So the chest monster there isn't the chest that's sitting there because there's no closed chest. But it's a pretty fluid switching from one to the other. This music's better. For now. It's better music than it was on before, so this will be the placeholder for now. For these battles. Pocket sand. You don't have pharmacology by default? I thought you did. Thought you had the chem. I do. Are you actually a chemist? You are. That should have done 50. That should have done 100. Yo, I gotta look into that. See why that's broken. To be remembered, these three are not wearing armor. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's always hard to lose a family member. This is now a flashing bar? People in my previous game were letting this fill up and not using it. So it now flashes. He has a weakness. I have not found it. Alright, how about you use a potion? See, make sure it does 50. It does. Alright, maybe it doesn't work for full party. I'll have her use a single target item and see if that does double. It may not just like that it's a full party thing. Stimulant usually does 20. No, that did 20. Yeah, I don't know. Probably have a setting somewhere that's overriding that. Or it has to be a passive state and not a... It's possible that it's not a class tag. That'd be the easiest thing to check, actually. We'll do that after. Seeing him charge up for this again, we're gonna... Hey, Darkwing. It's got a long wind-up when the enemy uses it. The old pocket sand. Don't have any battle items. He is almost dead, despite using a team I have not used at all this run. That was wild that the menu popped up while the other one was going. Just go. You guys got this. The AI is not dumb entirely. Oh, it did not get rid of him. Well, that's dumb. I messed that up. If when T. Oh, well, that's why. Oh, right. I wanted to test that with chemistry. Maybe this isn't compatible with the class tag. So, Berserker, where are you? Give me that. And then grab this. I actually already have that as a tag, so 192. I was thinking of making it a skill that anyone could learn. Alright, now let's try that. Assuming it's passively on... Hold on. The game autosaves on screen transition. It says it does, but is that true? No, it is not. Weird. I'll have to look into that later. That doesn't work. I mean, there are some jobs that you are just running through the gambit over and over on repeat. Actually, the whole point of that was to show off. Okay. Pardon me, bandits. To not be tedious, you only get one shot at this area. And then you can maybe pass right by. Or no. Okay, I didn't untag that end of it. Oops. One moment, we gotta sit through the tour guide. I had a lot of fun making this place. And over here is the as yet undeveloped monster race. This took an ungodly amount of time to put together, but Mario Party. Damn. I'm actually disappointingly bad at this. Damn. There are some permutations of this I can follow. It's bound to be that one eventually. That time I was able to watch it. So they're not moving randomly. There are 18 permutations of the dance with six final spots of each. But this guy is the scam. He randomly guesses which one it will be, with no correlation to that at all. I did not lower the volume in this place. Let's get out of here. Really loud. Where's Paradiso? Shell game is also entirely done via common events. Shell game, where are you? At what point do I turn on the music? Game go? No. There. So as to not blow out people's ears, just lower the volumes. Then the arena. Fight gimmick fights for Paradiso points, tokens. Turn them in for stuff. Little mini game collection. Didn't realize I was using you for this. I need to change your face. You get X number of digs per shovel you get. Higher quality, more digs. Nice. That's a key item. Needed to recruit someone for your boat. That's how they get you. Scrap metal you can either sell for cash or trade it into the other guy for more points. Did not adjust that. That jingle plays every time you recruit one of the 100 people. Why would I want guy to sell iron now? I'm already using steel. Everything you buy iron, upgrade to steel, and steel then turns into other things. Keeps previous items as useful to have. Where do you set up shop? Have I set your shop up? There he is. Four silk robes. We'll use them eventually. Well, not in this run, but... Have I finally set this up? Staying in the premium lodging, either in towns, will give you passive buffs until you sleep again. Like 10% boost to health and magic. Stay in the resort town super hotel and you even take less damage. Just flat 10% damage reduction. See. There are a lot of events that happen here in Longwall. General idea of you start off as a prisoner from the Empire up here who recently conquered this other kingdom, and we're starting to push south. You and some others get broken out of here, end up in this small village over here. Decide to become the rebels and you know, stop them. But how? We were just children. Get yourself a boat by happenstance, and seek out allies across the sea here. Powerful merchant republic goes. You say help us, they say no. Why? They're all the way over there. Told though that various generals of this. A note. That should be over here. There. Various generals of the empire that you wish to learn about, spy on. There's one over here in Paradisa. There's one over here in the Coal Town, as they were trying to upgrade their equipment as well. And there's one setting up shop to go to war way down here. To try to attack the rude fuckers down south that don't like anyone. So while you don't like them either... Howdy, Hibrizzy. Welcome. And while you're not a big fan of the rude people down below, at least you have a common enemy. Yes, let's hydrate. More monster. I actually just begun making all this. I have not tested it at all. Let's see how much of this is. We'll say the more I get into doing this, the less I feel like I need to test something as I go. This should be in the... Hello, Hibrizzy. So while Longwall here, this is the Longwall Mines. While these are technically optional, if you put it off long enough, the plan is to have the Empire actually upgrade their equipment to steel from iron, so all of their soldiers will be better equipped and therefore stronger until you do stop this mining operation. An old man who wishes for death. You kids are about to want to go fight the Empire. Yeah, sure. Sounds like an easy way to die. I'm in. This is quite loud. Did I not tag one of the mines? Be quieter? I did not. That explains that. Why are you all tagged? Whatever. We can fix that right quick. The plan is that as a tiny group of level 10s or so. So Gunner's a warrior, and you have your Dawson, your initial person here, start as a warrior. This particular run through, we started as a thief. But he's on the boat now. I think gave him a room. We'll see. You meet the generals, you follow them around, you spy. There, that'll fix the music. A lot of things can be fixed on the go. And your first actual combat interaction with the general is with one of the lieutenants. But how? Now she should be moving. Make it look like they're actively doing stuff. Not frozen. That's easily fixed. Which you could feasibly do at this point, because that explosion took off half her health, and you get a first strike. And being a fairy, she has weaknesses to wind and anti-flying moves. Like any of your rangers if you brought them with you. She's wielding a crossbow, so she just did double damage and crit. The Empire is not to be effed around with. There's a reason they're winning their conquests. Like bows, crossbows, slingshots, they all do extra damage to flying. And if you have Flying Killer on, that'll do it as well. She also has some innate regen. You could use mana. But this is optional, so you could come here whenever. Not necessarily before you even upgrade at all. I feel like that makes sense. Defense plus magic defense times 8. That's how much shield you get. And it tells you how much is left. That is the fairy move. It reduces fire and ice damage. She's scripted to do that on turn 3. Give you a breather. Informative, weakness, and resist. Very nice. Eventually, I can change all these quotes to be per person. So they'll all have a dozen or so things they could say each. You know, as we get further into the game and I feel like I understand the characters better. Right, that victory music was way too loud. Let's adjust that. I did adjust that. Wow, that is lowered. Drop that down some more. I also haven't tested this. So it's a general and 3 lieutenants, 2 of which are obviously together. That Lady Fairy and another lady are very clearly in the loves. But doing this will piss her off a bit. There's something weird back there? No, this is a shadow. But if you don't do this, the Empire powers up. You're either powering up that one lieutenant or... to paint some of the generals as not particularly bad guys. Yeah, there's a side quest. Have I done it in this playthrough? It gave myself a giggle when I thought of it. You. Yeah, I haven't done it. Great. Graveyard. Grave robbers. Someone's been defiling corpses. I didn't discover... Actually, it's not a grave robber. Thinking it made me giggle. Like, that's not a grave robber. It's a necromancer. Rip some flesh off, why not? Countdown. Oh, never gave a description to Fire Force. I should do that. Grab a description. Hit fire. Reduce fire damage. Means I can just grab this, tag it on the others, and change this to ice. Hopefully that's not too much text for Thunder. Doesn't scroll off the edge. Second Thunder. Oh, none of these are even put in. Yeah, I'll come back to these later then. I tend to make skills as we go. Countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, death. Nice. Hey, Doofs. I was watching a whole bunch of your Go last night while I was eating and cleaning around the house. But I didn't see the results. Did you and Minnie win? Because you're very interesting, man. I love your laugh. I might be able to drop them before the timer. If not, no big deal. I don't know what that means. I've noticed that the camera is now a lot closer to your face. I like it. Now you can also remove Countdown with holy water. While he is a necromancer, he does not continuously respawn more. He just... Huh? Why did that heal him? I'm not sure. Wait, did you use a move? What do you do, Vita Geiger? No? Although they haven't used Regurgitate. They have a puke attack. He's about to die too. Do I have more holy water? Do. The Necromancer himself is more of an annoyance. The point of that is to make you want to fight the zombies first. Hell yeah. Except for that, he has an instant death. But since you get full revived after battle, or healed after battle, your penalty is solely not having them for the rest of that fight. A hint. If you fight a Carapace and you confuse it, it will use a blue magic. Anyway. Alright, you need to go up one more and gather. Fix that. Port scene. Up one less. Turn left and gather. This might be a better cutscene to just not have your follower. This is a cutscene, so yeah. Start with gather and don't show. Of which I want the autosave. Why are you facing left? And the camera needs to be up a little more. I can fix that. Let's fix that. Go to the scene. Here. This is meant to be left, left. Turn up. Turned up for what? You need save event location. I did not give that to you. You do. You have it. Alright, all y'all need to stop moving at this point. So 172, scene 2. That's just because I named one of the characters A. It's auto-coloring the all names blue. So I might just remove the auto-color and do it myself each text box. That's how we got away with murder. I forgot to fade back in. The one thing command I always forget to do. Been making this mistake for over a decade. Oh, it says fade in. Over here. It does not say fade in. Well. Let's just get out of the mines. If you stay out of their sight for 3 seconds, they bugger off. Sometimes get upset with where they're trying to go back to. Since there's no random encounters in order to enable any grind you may need, enemies respawn when you come back to the screen, for the most part. Mini bosses won't, special enemies won't. Monsters in a boxes won't. Usually because they have some real good shit in them. That audio quirk, I'm still trying to think of a way around it. So my plan is that after first like chunk of the game, you get a fast travel system, so you don't have to sail around everywhere. But you have to not have it to appreciate having it. I've also kind of reworked how this minigame works. Still have some smooth jazz, because people for whatever reason like fishing minigames. I don't get it, but you just press the prompt when the exclamation point appears, and you get fish. It's not on touch. Whoops. Well, now it is. That one's been done properly. Bees. The way counter works. Finally on display, fencing swords can counter. If you counter, you negate the incoming attack and smack them back. That is the fencers, or in this case, spellblades. As their move, since they can only wear light armor, so they're going to be much more fragile than the heavy armor user next to them. But still considered in the front row, for their sake of targeting. Enemies tend to move at different speeds. If you don't want to fight, don't. There are more things than birds and bees in here. There are also dogs. Dogs are quick. Game. Game, please. It was getting very antsy. And if auto battles up, then you don't have the victory screen. You still get everything. It just doesn't show the victory screen. Aesir is very excitable. Eventually, everyone will have a biography. I can change these as they go along as well. Now, all these areas are available from the start of the game. Oh yeah, this won't spawn until, well, I need to do at least one plot event before this can, oh, that's done wrong as well. Darn. This is why we test. That was silly. Call that a shortcut. The adventure areas are there because there's no random encounters anymore. This is my first playthrough using the Spellblade. He's quite good. I believe this playthrough started before even doing the first plot point with the boat. Random encounters are 100% easier to program. Like, my previous game has random encounters, but if my workaround was just make them 100% escapable, if they're random. So if you don't want to fight, you don't have to. This one, doing it this way is a lot more work. For example, this is what goes into a Chrono Trigger style-esque one. Roll dice from 1 to 10, and then for each of those possible values, select which encounter it could be. You might notice some numbers are the same because I kind of weigh them. Harder encounters are less frequent than the easier ones. And then have the battle happen of that. And because I want them to be escapable, if you win, erase it. Erase just doesn't mean delete. Erase means remove until you come back to the map. You could just tag it so it disappears entirely, but then you wouldn't be able to grind or fight enemies again. And then walking through areas would just be walk from point A to point B, which is kind of boring. But to make them escape, I have them throw on a switch that runs parallel, and then they have a custom route where they're flipping on and off over and over again. And then after 3 seconds of them flipping on and off to give that flicker look, then I turn the transparency off and flick this and go right back to this. Not to mention they also have the cones of vision, Metal Gear style cones where they chase you. Or they kind of follow or run away. I have options of what I could do with that. It's a lot of work, but I'm liking the way it's turning out. Will anyone be surprised that this turns out to be a bad guy? And since you're going to have like 50 people you could have in your party to go with the other 50 that are just kind of helping out on the boat, rather than do what Suikoden does and a lot of games do and force you to bring certain people into your party, I always find that super annoying. For cutscenes, your people you need are just going to appear as though they were there all along. It'll break immersion a little, I guess. Yeah, this music's too loud. I never lowered this music. Nope, I did not. Down to 50 with you. So the issue with the dialogue boxes is, I'll show you in a moment. So they have their conversation. And you also have, no? Where did I program that to turn back on? I guess there's a cutscene here. Yeah, you. There you are. Been routinely going through and lowering all the volumes. Every time the main plot gives you a thing, it'll pop open the quest menu. Did I not lower your music down overall? I did. Weird. Alright. Anyway. So the issue with the text is this. I hate the default text for this game. I hate it. So I added in extras. So here's the default text. The default text looks gross, like kind of like the pixel remasters of the Final Fantasy. It's tiny, it's thin, it's not using up a lot of the space you have. You have all this real estate and it's not using it. It's disgusting. I hate it. One of the biggest reasons I struggled getting through the pixel remasters. Howdy, Leif. How you doing, Viking? So I went and found a whole bunch of generic texts. This one's been pretty funny. The problem is I can't, you could be as bold as you want to be. This actually looks pretty nice. The problem is, because they're all such different sizes, the default spacing is going to have to be for the default. Because when I'm writing the script, this is what I get to see as the default. I can't really plan around it being gigantic. But the game does allow me to, when I add this in, it does allow me to have it automatically make the spaces, like cut the lines. So you can go Times New Roman if you want to go back to high school days. I like Verdana, so that's what I play on. So that's going on with that, Riker. You could also put a background. This column won't be here in the final release. The playtest column. Suppose at the start of the game I could have the player pick and then just slap this down and you can go back and twist it later. Like this is for playtesting. I do have a button here for when I did have random encounters. I can delete this now since they don't exist. I gave the player a chance to pick it themselves. Right in the options menu. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? I guess I can get rid of this line now. I hadn't considered that. There's a lot of different things you can let the player do. Like you can tell your auto battle to not use skills, just punch. Don't use my MP. What's wrong with you? If you don't like the cursor sound when people talk, just turn it off. I do like it. I have a lot of common events that go around giving. Tiny people, tough people, boys, girls, boys that look like girls, girls that look like boys. All different voices. I do have 3. This is a pretty neat system. I want to redesign this house. I don't like this house. But your question marks. Every enemy in the game can drop one of these at a 1 in 64 rate, so you're bound to accumulate them as you go along. For 500 smackers. What could it be? Nice. There are some battle items I've added in that are ridiculously overpowered, because you have a 1 in 100 chance of your question marks being one of them. Heroism makes you invincible for a few turns. Most of the time it's just loot you can sell for cash. This is fake. It's not actually loading. I put that in there to make it seem like it's loading. Been working on this one for a few months now. I have a lot of experience using these programs. Still getting the hang of MZ. The MZ is very different than the MV I spent 5 years making my last game on. Download link below. It's free, enjoy. So here's the snake forest I made since I had to I got rid of random encounters, so I need places for anything to be. Now this one seems extra quiet. So I'm not a big fan of farming for drops in games. However, you just got the boat. You're an hour and a half into the game. I've done a lot in this playthrough, but you're an hour and a half in, and now you have like 10 people all at level like 6. So I threw down a singular quest of go fight snakes until they drop their 1 in 16 chance. And in return, you get, where's the snake forest? Go fight snakes until they drop their thing, and you get a new character for it. So if your game is going to do that, I don't mind it if they do it early. It masks the grinding. And with the right setup, you can just kind of plow through a group of snakes. Or a snake. Since they're weak to ice, you just bring people who can punch through ice. Like the Spellblade. No drop. But in this playthrough, we already did that. Alright, so the plot B was to go to the small inn. There's a hotel and an inn. Stay at the inn overnight. Small inn's a lot cheaper, but doesn't give you any buffs. She gives you the resort pass to get into Paradiso, the mini-game place, the resort town. She also gives you an alternate side quest that leads to a quest to upgrade your stuff. Take your coal, take your iron, use some coal at a blacksmith, upgrade to steel. But that also opens up the Longwall actual quest and the quest down south. That it's more of a prolonged cutscene for world building. So now I can actually go there. I've programmed like 3/4 of that by now. It'll really make the player appreciate the fast travel system. The fast travel system consists of a wizard who can teleport people and the cartographer you can recruit from the resort town. The girl who gives you the tour when we first walked in. The combination of the two. Will give you fast travel system to anywhere you've been before. And since someone asked last time we did this, there will be fishing. There is fishing in Paradiso, in Minigame Town, so you can use what you can still do the fishing stuff. Even I'm not exactly positive where the prompt is. I believe it's as the exclamation point pops up. I have it lined up as. So fish is a powerful part of the cooking system, and it restores MP percentage-wise, so it'll scale nicely. There's nothing up northwest that's been programmed yet. Yeah, so now that we've, established that part, this will all spawn. Oswald Ironside. These Empire soldiers, they're not on the lookout for you. Now, does this stand out enough as an area you could walk into? It does. Cool. Free treasure. You're not set to be able to walk in. Oops. You worries weren't taught. No ropes. There you go. For those who use RPG Maker, in every iteration that I remember, if you hold control while playtesting, you can walk through walls. No random encounters if you have those turned on either. You just hold down control while you're playtesting. In this game, flowers are they're your permanent stat upgrades. So your main character is made, since he's always locked into the party, people will be tempted to throw everything into him. So he starts off fairly underpowered since he gets access to pretty much everything. Another good candidate would be the Blue Mage. There's no way not to make a Blue Mage obscenely powerful. So instead, she has a lot of potential, but she's pretty not great at what she does. Especially at the start. I did it again, didn't I? Damn it. Wait, how am I here again? Wait, what did I do? Where did this spit me out? I wasn't paying attention. Up top. Damn. You were there. Stop that. I did make both these areas back to back, so that makes sense that... I do have a purple mage, actually. The purple mage is the sorcerer. They use chaos magic. Random spells. Random spells for free. You're just rolling the bones on the dice. And those spells can critically hit. So you can build a crit mage. I don't have a real wizard here, but for the most part, like the multiplier for your basic spells are between 10 to 12. 8 to 12, depending on the spell. Now, the crit ones are about 10, but they can crit. I have a spreadsheet I use off on the side that will give me the actual multipliers based off the actual damage formula. Right, so I haven't tested any of this. I was putting this together in between patients the other day, so there's an Imperial camp here. You don't want to mess around. No reason to walk in there. They're setting up to attack these guys who... Make sure I can't walk in from the sides. Good. These guys are designed to follow you as you walk. Just looking. Just watching you. These isolationists, no one likes them. They're quite rude. That's loud. Of all the background sounds, this is the loud one. There we go. And of course, I did not set this up to be a touch, did I? I did? You're an auto run. Whoops. Well, they'll fix that. I didn't put your picture on that one. Whoops. I clicked the wrong one. Close but no cigar. I popped this open, but I didn't do anything with it? What? Shire, show 5. Ah, I got it. Because I don't have the quest from the other place to go to Rissingshire. Alright, so I initially need to do that. Have this also be doable here. Do you hear about it in Paradiso? Does the script from Paradiso make sense to also use here? No. Damn. Alright, Alright, I have to use conditionals on this. You only get one of these. They'll be pretty much the same, it's just how you heard of it first. Oh, I'll come back to that. Let me jot that down. So this can be used by the controller, keyboard, or mouse. My controller is broken, so I'm using mouse and keyboard. Right, just reminded myself about this. You are no longer that sprite. Sci-Fi Actor 3, you claim to be this man. That works. Congratulations, you have shaved that disgusting bad guy beard off and grown a chin. What voice are you using? Deep voice. Makes sense. I like this is the first time I've actually listened to the tune of Rissingshire in its entirety. I like it. Oh wow, and Geodramatic. Didn't you have a voice a moment ago? Did I start to give you a voice and then... No, I did not. That's fine. Insert town name for when I think of it. When we get there, we'll go back and redo this. I'm offended that they're only throwing a singular general at me. Yeah, here. These two aren't in the party, but they're the plot relevant ones, so for cutscenes that need them, they'll just appear. Not gonna force you to bring people along. What's the point of having multiple party members, FF7, if you're gonna lock 2 of the 3 people into your party, FF8? What's the point of having multiple party members when FF9 you get to use the party that the game designates for 3/4 of it? 5/6. At one point in Suikoden 1, you have a team of 6. It locked 4 people in. Just like it locked 4 out of 6 in. What? Come on. Like the only person this is from Dawson's perspective. This is his creek. That did not color. Weird. That's fine. Especially when making your own world. I'm liking the coloring thing to kind of just keep slamming home the the cat proper nouns. This little girl has a crush on him, but because of that loses focus in certain situations and ends up burning him with her staff a lot. She's a time mage. She's not good with fire. Need more of a fade out for that. Everyone just went poof. Fade out. Actually, put the scene there. That should be enough. So it was not originally going to have 5 people in the party, but since I'm locking one in, added the extra 4. You guys didn't move at all during that. Hold on. Why didn't... Oh, because that's the wrong Regulus. That's why. There's 2 of these on the screen. Tag the wrong one. It's meant to be super obvious that these people are up to no good. This fabulous child. Will be the one to change your main character's outfit. After this event subsides, he'll find a place on the boat. Which means I'm adding extra work to need to throw down, you know, conditionals for every single time he talks, but that's fine. Alright, I left you blank because I wanted to add on some decorations behind you. Vaccines give you I think a 33%, maybe 25%. What is it now? 25, right? Reduction from that element or chance of any status hitting you until the next one you throw down. Sure, everything here functions good. Cooking. The only thing I've cooked on this run is bread. The game will tell you where all the blue magic is, just maybe not in the spot where you might need it. Blue magic is supposed to be a pain in the ass. It's really good. I have a lot of coal. Seems this run I've fully upgraded to steel. MP regen sounds useful. Just for testing, I have a save anywhere button. Alright, let's see how this works out. Rissingshire doesn't feel too empty. I was worried about that because it's a lot bigger layout than some of the other places we've done. It's going to keep doing that because I don't have it tagged. That's fine. I have a way around it now. It'll just take a little bit of time. Alright, so those two soldiers you surely talked to on your way in. You gotta go beat them up. This is the first time you actually have to fight trained professional soldiers. Whoops. That was supposed to go away. Will this break? It shouldn't. Okay, we're good. Let's fix that now. Correct. $177. Okay. Damn it. Only like mini bosses and actual bosses can tag you, start a fight off your followers. Regular enemies have to touch Dawson. Did I not actually put in fighting you? Thought I did. I started making the camp. Yeah, 199. Right, where do I use 199 then? Only here. 197 is what it's supposed to be. So it happens when you make a scene multiple days apart from each other. You're supposed to be 197. This should fix it. Why are you facing them, sir? Pay attention. You do get the jump on them. How you do a lot of the starting things through subterfuge. Sneaking. My bread. You get a really cool, like, swoosh when you hit someone who's guarding. The Santilli soldiers are the big buckets of strength. To encourage using roundabout methods of fighting. Not something you'd want to do one after the other. Yet. The goal is that by the time you're strong enough to actually pull this off, this will be nothing to chew through. Slingshots can blind. 1 in 4 chance of getting them right in the eyes. So everyone is going to have 2 limit breaks. One that costs 100 and one that costs 50. Just not far enough into the game to have the 50 for pretty much anyone yet. Although one of your starting perks would be unlocking his second one off the bat. It's supposed to be tough because they're adult, trained, professional, war-hardened soldiers. Looking good. Damn it. The thing I do every time, forget to put Fade back in. Fade out. The visor's down. Yeah. Fade in. Every time. Unfortunately, there was a save right there. Not reading it. Oh well. Some things you can't fix in the middle of a save. Pop open this one. Yeah, it's good to have a test version of this. I said. There. A test battle item that just kills the enemy. On the off chance that that wasn't the problem. There we go. Ah, now I see what's going on. This is still firing. Let's fix that. The original walk in, get turned back around and have to leave. I could have them look just like this. I thought this would look cool. This actually looks kind of creepy. I've changed my mind. This does not give an array of they have their visor down to try to be incognito. Not to me. What do y'all think? This is also, you can poke at, they'll not really use. Soon to be had party member, a flail user. Many powerful attacks in heavy armor. Planning on putting a small mini game in here. Alright, that tune is not long enough to have in there. Alright, what tune am I using for the camp? Defenders of the Realm. He's using Defenders of the Realm for. As the theme of the Empire. I guess theme of the Empire just doesn't work here. It's not long enough. Wander around, talk to some of them. They'll talk about like the strategies of fighting these soldiers. You can raid the armory for tons of iron. One of these is a supply closet, supply tent. Yeah, food. If a battle rages long enough with the soldier, the enemy's limit gauge will build up, and they'll use bread. 50% heal. Wait, why is this dark? Huh. Interesting. Oh, I know what I did to do that. Keep that in mind. Should be dim because you're talking to yourself. You're not saying that out loud to the general. Where's your wagon? Oh, it probably got stuck on this. Yeah, that's what happened. There it is. Edit replay. Didn't turn it off. Yeah, correct. Alright, so 324. Turn that off at 324. And with 324 also, hey, wagon. Don't be through. Oh yeah, this room needs to be play the crystal theme. I haven't decided what that is yet. Oh, I can't walk on this. Weird. It's carpet. Alright, whatever. I can just force that to happen. Once the party discovers what this actually is, it'll become a move that he can use. It'll be listed under Dawson's limit. That was supposed to tint back. It did not. I will fix that in a moment. Momentary interruption though. Okay, let's see. To the tent. Oh, first, tile set. Hey, which one is this? Inside. Let's adjust that. Allow me to walk on the rug, please. Number one. Number two. That's as much as the Imperial camp we've done. Do I have a tune for Stones. Colloquial name myself for there are. Nine elemental stones, each with their different powerful buffs and long delays. Wait, why did you pop up when I typed in Agni? What? Name, description, note. Find. Oh, magnify. Got it. Well, that makes sense. I also noticed something I didn't do with the new assault skills. Did not throw down. Haven't done that for you either. You'll also get a vampire. He's made. Haven't implemented him. Fencer, vampire, assault. All the different moves that the random spell can use. Your dancer. This did not throw down multipliers. Bring the blacksmith into battle. He's got a lot of buffs. Some debuffs. What was I doing? I was grabbing the multiplier. Bring it down here. I did do that for you, though. There's your arcane blast, your dice wizard. Chemistry back from my previous game. Spend items. Except I have it done cleaner this time. In fact, let's pop to a cleaner done than before. Back to the boat. Suppose the faster way to do it would be to... I have a teleport button. There's the water march. doesn't like the fact that I teleported in here. Makes sense. That's gonna put a camper on my ability to... Alright, so I'll be able to teleport 2 places, but not back. Okay, that's fine. I can work with that. One-way teleport. Oh, welcome Gunner. He starts with silver. That's his big thing. He's from the north. He's one of them Viking-like people. Set bonuses are a thing. For everything but iron and steel, there are bonuses to wearing a set of it. So you have choices for equipment even after you've learned all the skills on it. Even if you don't want to use him, you could strip him of his silver, since he comes from the land where silver comes from. Anyway, so... if we look at drink, it will say there in the description there what it does, what it costs, and how many of these you have. Did not find a way to put this into my previous game for chemistry. Could use that. Let's use it. Let's find something to explode. First enemies in the game. Let's go. Haven't used a chemist at any of my runs yet. $200. How does that compare to a basic attack? Give me a crab. If you don't like the fight you get, just run. Fight him again. Roll for a different encounter. Alright, that's a crit. That'd be about 40. That's a pretty big increase. Alright, good to see that in action. I'll put more skills together as we get to them. Dog moves. Like that name? Something. Think of it eventually. Blue Magic JavaScript. Alright, so I just wanted to kind of poke at some things and show some things off. I have more of a camp to make, and They said I'll just do a playthrough to everything we have once I have a controller again. It's in the mail. It's taking some time to get to me, that's all. Still need to name a lot of these places. The iron mining town that the Empire has control of. Where they conscripted Ironside from. Pretty much every weapon will be used by 2 different people. Don't have a whip user yet. Many people to make. And then a lot of balancing to do around it. I guess that means the crypt would be up here, huh? I have a plot line, like, doodled out, but didn't consider where this place was on the world map. This is the land that's being plagued by waves of undead. Where you get yourself a vampire hunter. You can charm your way into getting a vampire. The less decorative places that I haven't actually gotten to yet. I do like how much this turned out to look like a dog. We're gonna keep it that way. Doggo Town, in fact, will be over here. In the ear. Next time. We'll hopefully see more progress.